lounging, son.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Comic Lounge podcast. My name is Ryan, and as always, I got my co-host with me, Dylan. And
how's it going? Hey, so you know how we read Power Man and Iron Fist, right?
Yeah.
You know what we could call ourselves? The homies for hire. Oh. Okay,
right,
for sure. I'm
like
sorry.
that.
I just had to bring that up.
Yeah, I like that.
It's too early for this. This is like way too really early for me to be socializing right now.
It's okay.
Like,
I've been up for 2 hours, so
yeah. You're crazy. I don't know how you did it. Like
it's the only way I can run this channel. I mean, really, you know what I mean? Like I have too much shit going on. I mean, this week alone, 3 interviews. So, and then I got like 10 more lined up.
You're fucking killing it, though. You're fucking killing it.
That's right.
Those Fabian Chesa, bro. Like,
yeah.
If you're like a legitimate X-Men fan, you gotta check that interview out. Like, it is so good.
Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, anyways, let's talk Power Man and Iron Fist.
Heroes for hire. All right.
Hold on, let me read the credits because I'm letting you lead in because this is a book that I didn't know you didn't read, and I apologize for not recommending it sooner because this would have been the book that I'd have been like, Dylan, pick up the book. I don't know if we were talking to each other at the time when this came out. I don't think we had reconnected yet because I mean, even though we've been friends for such a long time, we weren't talking for a while. I think I had, during my drug using days, like I definitely hadn't talked to you, and then I got sober. Then we realized we lived literally almost across the street from each other.
Like a block from each other.
Yeah. So this would have been a book I would have been like, Dylan, please go pick this up. But I'll read the credits. David Walker writing. Sanford Greene is the artist. Flaviano is the artist on issue 5 in the book. Lee Larridge is the colorist on 1 through 4. John Roch on 5. Clayton Cowles is the letterer. For anybody listening, I think we talked about this when we said we were doing this book. Same creative team for Bitterroot. Minus Chuck Brown, who co-writes the book with David Walker. But this book's awesome, dude. So go ahead. You lead in, dude.
All right. First and fucking foremost. All right. So I absolutely love just plain out, straight up fun comic books. Flat out fun. Nothing that just this book does not take itself too seriously, but there's still messages that are awesome. It's funny, and you know what it feels like? It feels like an amalgamation of like Saturday afternoon television, right? Where it was just like either a kung fu movie or like, Jim Kelly kung fu movie where it's just like what up, like just straight up fun, and everything about it is. I don't know why I didn't read this. This is the most fun I've had reading in a long time, and I absolutely love this. It took everything in my power because I finished this book actually on Wednesday. I started reading it because I was like, all right, I'm just gonna spread it out. I read 4 of the chapters in one night, and then I read the 5th on Wednesday. So, like, it took everything in my power not to continue on. This shit is so much fun, dude.
Yeah. I wasn't joking when I said I was pissed when they ended it.
David Walker totally understands every aspect of what Power Man and Iron Fist is supposed to be in suburban New York.
Yes.
Not suburban. In current day New York. Like, of course, there's like a freaking radio station that talks about Power Man and Iron Fist that runs, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, of course, everyone is hyped about it. Like, it's so the way they approach this and how they make it feel so modern at the same time, kind of like rehashing a lot of like 70s kung fu movie tropes. Fantastic! It's so much fun. My excitement right now is like absolutely genuine. This is how I felt reading the first four chapters. I was like, man, this is fucking awesome.
Yes.
I love this.
It's
Power
amazing.
Man Iron Fist is so much fun. I'm gonna binge. This is gonna, how every so often I get like a binge read going. This is gonna be my binge read this weekend. I'm gonna plow through this entire run and by Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had Photoshop because I would have Photoshopped our faces onto Power Man and Iron Fist for the thumbnail for this, but I don't have it. So just know that thought was in my mind that I wanted to do it. One of the things I love too is the dialogue and the relationship between Luke and Danny, because to me, like especially like reading it now, knowing that we're reading it together, I was like, I could see us having some of these conversations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
it's like.
It's
just your
wife
perfect. Hates me.
Yeah, like he's like, hey, tell Jessica I said hi. Hey, dude, you didn't tell her I said, oh, this is why she doesn't like me.
This is why she hates me.
And he's like, no, she doesn't have a problem with you, man. She doesn't have a problem with you, you know. And so like you're seeing Danny's reaction, right? And then you're seeing at the same time what Jessica's saying on the other line, like, you guys better not be getting back together. You guys better not be doing it. And then like there's that whole like there's the whole like panel where Luke keeps saying like fiddle faddle, right? And he's saying like because he can't cuss in front of the baby. So
he's
like
not cuss in general.
Right.
What's a fiddle faddle?
Yeah, I mean, dude, there's like that part of it that was really funny, and like just the reluctancy of Luke not wanting to get back together, not trying to rekindle this like crime fighting partnership, right? And finally he succumbs to it, and it's like, whatever, dude. Yes, all right, we're back. And like the whole hood, the whole city, like they're like, oh man, they're getting back together. And like you said, like in the final issue of the trade, like they're on the radio station, and there's like the conflicting stories of them being back together, and that was really funny. But like the main story, I really loved, because like the whole thing is their old secretary is getting out of prison and asks them for help. But she's lying to them, right? And Danny's always believing the good in people, and Luke is the one saying like, "No, prison changes you. Like you're not going to come out the same person you went in." And he's like, you can't believe her, and like, so he's kind of like playing devil's advocate, right?
Yeah.
And you know, there's even a scene like one of my favorite scenes in issue 1 is when they're sitting in that diner, in that double spread, right? As they're sitting at the table. And it really reminded me of like, you know, like Pulp Fiction or, you know, Goodfellas or something, like one of those, like where you're sitting in a diner.
There's a pulp feel to it, especially with the color tones that they use. There's definitely a pulp feel to this whole thing. That's why kind of like, you know, it's kind of like Pulp Theater. You know, I mean, you could consider a lot of old kung fu movies pulp theater just because the way it was filmed, right? And this takes a lot from that. And Sanford Greene kills it, dude.
This made him one of my favorite artists when I picked it up.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Sanford Greene is basically the helm on all of this, except for the penciling on the 5th chapter. But because Kari Randolph is on that. But
no, Flaviano.
Is Flaviano on there?
Yeah, Flaviano.
No, I'm talking about the cover. It's Kari and Sanford.
Okay.
But anyway, I love it. This definitely gave me a nostalgia feel. It really tapped into like what I love the most about comics, and its action and comedy, and you know, I love the stories that take themselves extremely seriously, but I feel like now there are very few comics where it's just like you can enjoy a single issue, you know what I mean, or you can enjoy it without it being like something like Jonathan Hickman, like, you know what I mean, without being so heavy weighted and so like dense in one issue. We're talking about one issue here, but you know what I mean. But this is definitely a light read. I felt like I feel like I could have finished it the entire run by now. Like
it's only 15 issues and it sucks. The second volume alone is like a Civil War II tie-in, right? Yeah. And I don't know if it's every issue in that run or volume, but I was so upset when I found out they were stopping it, and then they were dividing. They were making a Luke Cage book that David Walker wrote, and then an Iron Fist book. And I was like, well, why can't you have a Power Man and Iron Fist team-up book and solo books? You know what I mean? Like, why do you have to cancel it? And you know, a lot of it was like editorial and stuff. And I've talked to each of them about like my love of this book and why I think it ended too soon. And like they kind of allude to like it was beyond their control, that they would have gone longer, you know, and that kind of led it to Bitterroot, because they're like, well, what do we do now? It feels nostalgic, even though I didn't grow up during this time. It feels nostalgic but modern, right?
Yeah.
And then it's got like like Sanford's style of art, dude. Like it's really like graffiti, hip hop, like mashed punk rock mashed into one. That's how I describe his style. And I mean, even like to the point where like they're talking about the Super Soul Stone. Like there's magic and then there's street magic. Like you know what I mean? Like and there's that page where like they're talking about the history of the Soul Stone. And Sanford Greene even like illustrates like old school hip hop people like Africa. How do you say it?
Africa Bambaataa and the Soul Sonic Force.
Right. It's like you don't, unless you're a hip hop head, you're not even knowing what the fuck that is. And like I didn't pick up on that the first time I read it.
On one of the covers, there's literally they're literally on a rooftop, and there's a bunch of shirts hanging up to dry on the clothesline. One of them's a Beastie Boys shirt, the other one's is a Tribe Called Quest shirt. Like, you know, like there's little Easter eggs all throughout this entire thing that just like exudes what both the writers and the colorists and the artists involved like really just threw in there, and you only catch if you are really looking for it. Like this art's so good, dude.
And Senor Magico.
Yeah, that's Luis. It's Luis Guzman, dude. It's Luis Guzman.
I fucking love that character, dude. He's like Doctor Strange is a pendejo.
Doctor Strange is a pendejo.
Yeah, I loved it.
Here, no, it's fucking Luis.
Here, message me that picture.
I'm gonna email to you right now.
Okay, because I'll throw that up. I'll throw that up in the video.
And Senor Magico and the Super Soul Stone, like it's so ridiculous. It even like the ridiculousness of stuff like that make it feel like a 70s comic, you know what I mean? Because like, you know, they were silly. They were silly, but they were good. And
but that doesn't feel stupid. It's like this is like the perfect partnership. They have like David Walker and Sanford Greene. Like you can like from the first issue, I'm like, dude, they love these characters. It is so evident, and they're treating them with the respect that they deserve, but also not taking it too seriously.
Yeah. And I love how every time someone Danny has an encounter with someone, like they always like make fun of him in a way. Like one lady called him Kung Fu Hustle.
Yeah. Oh, no. Hong Kong Fooey.
Yeah, Hong Kong Fooey. Everyone keeps on calling Hong Kong Fooey. Like everyone's basically just fucking giving Danny shit all the time. At all times.
I know, I love it. I love when they try to get into the car, and it's like the super small car because Jessica won't let Luke take the family car.
Yeah,
she doesn't want the TV. It's so funny, dude. I'm telling you. Or he destroys the shirt too.
Yeah,
she's like even just like it's those moments too. Like I could have read this book with no fighting, and I would have been fine. I think I would have been completely content with the story because it's like I like the fighting, and it's really done well. Like Sanford Greene illustrates fight scenes like exactly
extremely well.
Something I love. But the character moments are just as great. Like he captures the humor in it. He captures the emotions behind like Jessica's anger, and then Luke and Danny, and Danny's just like building a car that he got like the schematics from on the internet. Like fantastic.
The Power Fist.
Yeah, Power Fist.
The Power Fist mobile. I don't think I can name at least 3 reasons why that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Power Fist, dude. And then Danny is just like so enthusiastic. It's like he's wanted this for years. like we're gonna get the band back together, guys.
Yeah. I know, he's just full of enthusiasm. I love Iron Fist. Iron Fist is one of my favorite characters, and Luke Cage became one of those characters that I really loved because of Bendis's Avengers run. Yeah. And then I'm like, and so then when this book came out, I think it was 3 issues in. Like I told you, Kevin had told me to check it out, so I just bought all 3. This is the best. I mean, I know they're not a couple in a relationship, but this is the best pair in comics. Hands down, in my opinion. Another thing I wanted to mention too was Tombstone. I loved Tombstone. I loved him because I like how they have him whisper. And like
so when he's as angry as he whispers.
Yeah, and they talk shit to him, like, you know, we can't fucking hear anything you're saying. You can laugh.
Like, I hate it when he does that. Yeah, it's a little creepy.
Yeah.
and then What's the name of the fool that they knocked the teeth out of? Dude, there's even like Prince references in this.
Yeah.
There's a purple. Somebody quotes Purple Rain.
Dude, it's full of them. This book is full of Easter eggs if you pay attention.
Full of Easter eggs if you pay attention hard now. Like it's
what was his name? Manslaughter Marsdale.
Yeah, manslaughter. Don't mess with manslaughter Marsdale. It's like the purple guy, the guy in purple. It's like Mike Tyson. It's like Mike Tyson and Prince had a baby.
Yeah. Dude, it just blows my mind how a book like this just didn't last.
Catch fire, dude.
I don't understand. Like, it was popular. It sold well enough. The sales weren't bad. You know what I mean? And like, you think about like they made an Iron Fist show and a Luke Cage show. Like, this is the book.
This is the Danny and Luke Cage that I was expecting from the shows.
Yeah.
Like, okay, don't get me wrong. Like, the first season of Luke Cage was really good. Like, half of it. But, like, you know what I mean? Like,
the first half.
The first half was fantastic. I didn't like Danny friggin' Targaryen. What was he? He was, he was Baratheon.
No, he was, the one with the from Highgarden.
What's it? Fuck, it's been so long. I was actually thinking about doing a rewatch because like I miss those characters. But I digress. This was the Power Man and Iron Fist. This was just a Luke Cage and Iron Fist that I was expecting to get in television, and that's not what we got. And I think that if we would have had something similar to this, something close to this, and would have had the relationship, they would have seen the relationship they had, like transfer onto the screen. I think people would be talking about those shows more. Let's be real. Like the only reason why freaking the first season of Luke Cage was awesome because of freaking Cottonmouth. Like, Cottonmouth was sick, bro. Like,
and then they got rid of him.
And they got rid of him for Diamondback.
Oh, that was so bad. I did not like Diamondback at all. This should be the blueprint. They should just fuck making another solo show of each. Do a Power Man and Iron Fist.
Yeah, and have like they're getting back together. It's been years since the whole Defenders thing. Like, you know what I mean? We haven't seen them, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're back. And then Jessica's having the baby. Dude, this is the perfect segue for it. Hire us. Homies for hire. Just let us pitch shit to you.
Yeah, just fucking listen to us, dude. We know what the fuck we're talking about. Come on, man.
That's what this segment's going to be called from now on. Like, when we're reviewing comics, it's the Homies for Hire.
Yeah, Homies for Hire. I love that, dude. Good job, Joe. Good job on that. I can't praise this book enough, though. I'm so glad I was able to fucking bring this to your attention because, like I said, like I thought you read it. I guess I just assumed that you would have read this book.
No. I think where was I for Civil War II? I think I wasn't reading comics during Civil War II.
Okay.
I think I was only reading trade paperbacks and I wasn't keeping current with like a lot of the current stuff. Like I was catching up. That's when I was like rebuilding the mess that is my collection.
Yeah, I think obviously I was out of it for a little while too, from jail and rehab.
Rehab.
But yeah. So I missed I think Jason Aaron's Thor. I missed the first two arcs. And then that was when I got back into comics. Very slowly, though. I was getting like maybe 5 books a month. And then it slowly grew from there.
I didn't get back into comics until Jane Foster was already kind of established.
So that's his third year, right?
Oh, yeah,
on Thor?
Third year. Yep.
Right. So yeah, I got in his second year of his run, but
once I did get back in, I was only reading a select few. I'm sure this was going on, or it was just like on the tail end of it. But like I said, like this is I'm a little sad that I wasn't able to like be there for it. But I'm glad I'm here now. This is Power Man and Iron Fist. I recommend this shit. 10 out of 10. Go read this shit. This shit is fucking fun.
Yeah, dude, this is what's missing in comic books. We don't have this is when I talk about every once in a while Marvel will produce a book that isn't like the rest of their line, and they create it's like lightning in a bottle, and sometimes they'll let it roll and sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
This is the time they didn't let it roll, man, and I think it really was a disservice to the creators, a disservice to the characters and the fans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is a book that I feel like, even if you just let it go on for like another year, like a good solid 2-year run would have been cool. Because you had them tie into Civil War II, which is annoying. So it's like they didn't even really fully get to
Like a full
tell
run.
every.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it too. I think it's easily one of my favorite Marvel books. It's definitely up there.
It's fucking fun, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's like the main thing I got from it. Everything about it was exciting. It wasn't like I wasn't bored at all. There wasn't any lulls in it. I think comics needs more of this. Comics needs more fun. Just it doesn't have to be like not every comic should be fucking life changing and existential. You know?
Yeah, dude. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Just
like
fun.
Just fun. Don't take yourself too seriously because right now there's a lot of serious shit going on, and I feel like the perfect cure for it right now is a spoonful of silly.
You finish the book and you just like you can't help but smile. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you can't help but like this is fun. This is like the kind of enjoyment I want to get from a comic book. You know what I mean? The dialogue flows flawlessly. The art is flawless.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a perfect combination of characters with creators and the synergy that happened. I mean, just from the first cover, dude, and the volume's name is "The Boys Are Back in Town." I mean, I love it. I fucking love it, dude.
It's great. No, it's fun. I cannot say that enough.
And they're so underutilized. Like this concept, this team, this Heroes for Hire. Not necessarily like it when it expanded with Misty Knight and Colleen Wing. Like you could have them in the book too, but I want another Power Man and Iron Fist book, and I think it's time for Marvel to just like give fans of these characters a good book. There's no Luke Cage book right now. There's an Iron Fist miniseries that's not great, and it seems like a waste of a good concept when they're not doing
like
it.
If this is like.
But then you announce like 2 more X books. Come on, man! I don't need 12 fucking X-Men books. Fucking do something with the other characters. It's the same problem I have with DC. They just like they have these characters that they don't utilize, and I don't understand.
We're just oversaturated with the Trinity and oversaturated with the X-Men. Like I want to see something else.
Yeah, I mean, fuck,
that's why like two of my favorite books on Marvel right now are not X-Men related.
Same.
Yeah, like
Daredevil and Immortal Hulk, and Iron Man. Also, Iron Man in there too.
Iron Man, dude, hell yeah.
That doesn't get enough shine either.
No, it doesn't.
If anybody that's working for Marvel is listening, and I know that that's a long shot, give us a fucking Power Man and Iron Fist book. For the love of God, bring these characters back. For the love of
Stan Lee.
Come on, man.
For the love of Stan Lee.
Unless the book is losing money, just put the book out. Does it have to make you a shit ton of money? No, but if it's not causing you to lose money, fuck, there's enough fans out there that I know would buy the book. I mean, like I said, this book sold really good numbers. It had great reviews. It was, I would say critically acclaimed. There was nobody that was saying bad stuff about this book. So, come on, man. Yeah. Homies for hire, dude.
For hire.
Bring back the Heroes for Hire.
Bring back the Heroes for Hire. And pay us for these pitches. These are fucking...
This is fucking gold.
This is gold. We just shit a mountain of gold on you right now.
Yes.
Yeah. But honestly, go read it. Like I love this. That's all I got for this.
Yeah, and I would recommend pick up all 3. If I don't know if they're all in print. I don't think the single issues are hard to get. I'm sure it's on Comixology. I'm sure it's on Marvel Unlimited.
I'm reading on Marvel Unlimited. That's how I saw all the covers.
Okay. Yeah, the trade only shows a few of those covers. I have all the single issues. I just didn't feel like digging them out from my fucking shed, so I borrowed the trade from work, but now I'm gonna have to go to the shed because now I want to read the rest. I don't really. I mean, it's only fucking 10 more issues, so it's not like it's a lot more to read. But
but you still gotta go to the shed.
One of the most solid. Still gotta go. One of the most solid runs in Marvel Comics. Not enough people talk about it, so I'm glad that we could talk about it today, shine some light on it. I'm glad, like I said, that I could bring it to your attention because this is a book I knew you would love. Go read the book, Power Man and Iron Fist.
Every time I read it, I pictured like an LL Cool J song in my head, like "Mama said knock you out." Don't call it a comeback. Let's just do it like.
Yeah, I was hearing a lot of '90s hip hop. I think knowing that he likes A Tribe Called Quest, like after talking to him, I was hearing a lot of that. But I mean, it's evident, dude. It's evident that they're hip hop heads. Was that all Sanford Greene that put in those, the old school hip hop, or was it David Walker?
What's crazy? Like I don't know what it is. Like there's something about like art that's influenced by hip hop. It has a look to it, and I don't have a word for it, but it's like, you look at Kari Randolph, and you can obviously tell it's hip hop influenced, right? You look at Sanford Greene, you can obviously tell it's hip hop influenced. You look at Scotty Young's early stuff, and you can tell it's hip hop influence and graffiti influence, right? A lot of the '90s stuff I feel like is like hip hop influence too, because like for a period in time in the '90s, there was a lot of stylized characters as opposed to more proportionate characters, right? And some might argue that the friggin' strongest era in hip hop was the '90s. Some might argue. I'm not here to argue with anybody. I mean, it's true. But
it is true. So it's true, I will argue.
But you know what I mean? Like you could see it apparent in like in these art styles, and I love it. I would love to see more of it.
Yeah. I know. I mean, I would even throw Jim Mahfood.
Jim Mahfood too. Yeah.
For that, fantastic artist, dude, and just seeing how his style has like really evolved too. It's awesome. I love his art. I would say like my favorite artists right now are Sanford Greene, Jim Mahfood, Kari Randolph, Dan Morris climbing up in there.
Dan Morris, bro.
And then Clay Mann, dude.
Yeah.
Off top, those 5 artists always come to mind when I'm thinking of my favorite artists because they're killing it, dude. Before we get out of here, you want to talk about what we're excited for next week? I know we've talked about the future state stuff already, but there's a lot coming out this week. It's a fucking heavy week, man. So
Batcat.
Oh, Batcat.
Haha #2.
Dude, the first issue was dope.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be continuing, and I didn't know that it was going to be like just like an anthology set, and different artists and different writers and just different stories like revolving around clowns, which I think is really cool. Zoe Thurgood is doing this next one. Zoe Thurgood is like one of my favorite new artists coming up right now.
Same.
I started following her right before she dropped The Impending Blindness of Billy something.
I just ordered that. The book. It's not available. It's sold out, but I got it on eBay. So
yeah, no, it's fantastic. She's easily one of my favorite new artists, and I can't wait to to see her on that. She actually just did like an Overwatch. You know how Overwatch? I think Titan or IDW is doing Overwatch, and yeah, she just did a variant for that. So just, keep an eye out for her. For anybody listening, Zoe Thurgood, really, really excellent stuff. King of Black 4, Stillwater 6, Last Ronin #2.
Yes, I know, it's about damn time, dude. We got a new issue of Iron Man, also new issue of Guardians of the Galaxy, which has been phenomenal. You need to read that. You do, because I think it'll be one of your favorite.
Is it Al Ewing?
Yeah.
Okay. Once I get caught up with Venom, which I'm like 3 issues behind, and I'm completely back in the run, I'll pick that up.
Yeah, definitely. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's really fucking good. And then, dude, we can't forget, dude. Excellence is back.
Shit.
Finally, dude, it's fucking back. It's funny that we were just talking about it last week. I didn't know it was coming out.
I didn't know it was coming
out. So it's just it happened to work out that way.
I don't look past the week. like when it comes to comic releases, I don't look past the week. Are we getting Berserker next week?
It got pushed back a month.
Again. This is turning out to be Cyberpunk.
It is. It's fucking stupid. I don't know. New issue of Thor 2. I mean, even though I'm not super enjoying it, I'm gonna finish the arc.
Yeah, just finish the arc and then get the first issue of the new arc. That's what I do. Yeah,
and then Young Hellboy is out, and then a book that I'm kind of intrigued by is X-Men Legends.
Young Hellboy sounds like a rapper, like a SoundCloud rapper. Young Hellboy.
Yes. Sorry. It does. You're right. It does. Saying it out loud.
Say Young Hellboy.
Yeah.
But it's spelled like young, like Young, like young.
Yeah.
And then Hellboy is like one. Well, Hellboy is one word. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Ow. Fuck. All right.
But X-Men Legends, though, I'm pretty excited to see what that is gonna do. I mean, it's nostalgic, but let's see if it's only nostalgia. You know, I think it'll be cool. It's doing an era of X-Men comic books that we grew up on. So
yeah, I mean, I'll check it out. I mean, why not? I work at a comic shop. It's fine.
Same.
That's how I justify things. It's like, I work at a comic shop. It's fine.
Yeah, I
just
have.
Read
It's research. It's research.
It's research.
So.
What are you doing? Are you reading a YA Swamp Thing, Dylan? Yeah, it's just research. Leave me alone.
Yeah, and some of that stuff is good. Some of that
exactly.
While
I'm low key crying. Like
yeah, like the Cassandra Cain one was really good. Shadow of the Background. The Oracle one, the Oracle Code was really good.
Oracle.
That was dope.
Swamp Thing was good. I like Swamp Thing.
Yeah, so a lot of good stuff from that. And then also, Once in Future, I caught up on, I have to read the third arc, but I read the second arc.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, that's so good.
Yeah, I have the second trade here. I haven't cracked that open yet. I mean, Once in Future is fantastic, dude.
It's really good. It's
awesome. I mean, yeah, I totally agree. I'm still making my way through Graffiti's Wall and Deadly Class. I'm almost done with Deadly Class though.
Good.
We just got the announcement that it'll be back in March.
I know. I can't wait. I'm finishing, and also this week I'm also wrapping up my Deadpool by Daniel Wave book 1. And then I haven't decided whether I want to get the rest right now or hold off, because I just started reading Promethea by Alan Moore.
Oh, okay. Well, check it out. Like, wait, Daniel Way? Like, are you reading the compendium?
The complete collection. But I just started reading Promethea by Alan Moore. I highly recommend it. Dude, it is phenomenal. Yeah. It is so good. I told Nick, I'm like, it might be right up there for me with Swamp Thing in terms of my favorite Alan Moore stuff. Like, it is so good. It is so good. I read the first book, and then I got the second hardcover. There's 3 hardcovers of the deluxe editions, and I just have the third one to buy. I haven't started reading the second one yet, but
okay, really I'm gonna check it out. We have a volume 1 at the shop. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, I mean, that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I got.
What are we reading next week?
Next week we're reading Static.
Static.
Yeah, very excited. What's today, the 12th? Is that email that I got last night? Is that still not allowed to be shared? Oh, fuck it. I can talk about it because this is going up next week. I got an email last night. Milestone's back, bro. They actually are going to do that Milestone 0. Milestone returns. It's got the Infinite Frontier logo on the bottom. It's dropping in May. They're adding 20 pages to it. And in there, we're going to see all the creative teams attached for the books. They're doing a Static series. They're doing an Icon and Rocket. They're doing a hardware book. I'm here for it, dude. Because the reason I know too is because I was inquiring about interviewing Dennis Cowan again, because I asked him personally, and he's like, I think we got to go through DC on this one, and now it's clear why.
Yeah.
Because this announcement came out. You know what I mean? So, well, it's coming out today as of the day we're recording, which is on Friday, but. Yeah. I'm very excited. So it's again.
That's fucking crazy.
It's weird how things are working out. Like, we read Excellence, and Excellence is coming back, and then the week we decide to read a Milestone book. Yeah.
Hey, for Static, what are we reading through? We reading through 1 through 5 or 1 through 4?
1 through 4, because that's technically the first volume, I guess. I guess that's how they collected it. So yeah, first 4 issues.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, awesome.
Done.
If you're not already following us, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at The Comic Lounge. You can follow Dylan at the Dillbot on Instagram. Make sure you throw your comments or suggestions down below, or you can also email us at thecomicloungepod@gmail.com, and make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time a new vid goes up. And on that note, we're out.
Later, buds.